Welcome to this week's episode of SHS Today. This time, we talk about this week's top tips with Ethan Helzer and Tristan Marion, information regarding an earlier school year in 2019 and 2020, and a restaurant showcasing the first ever Saline Eats road trip. All this and more on SHS Today.
Hello there, Saline, and welcome back to another episode of SHS Today. I'm David Collard.
And I'm Zach Turner. Let's get right into the news, shall we? Today and tomorrow, the SHS Choir presents their annual cabaret fundraiser concert. 2 nights and 2 different shows. Join them for an evening of student-produced entertainment and a dessert buffet provided by the SHS Culinary Program. The first showing starts tonight at 7. All are welcome.
Saying goodbye to our seniors can be pretty hard, but we won't be leaving SHS without giving a little advice to our younger classes. We bring you today's top tips.
This week, we give you 5 tips to survive in high school. I'm Ethan Helzer.
And I'm Tristan Marion. Let's get started.
Tip number 1, hallways. Make sure to keep a good pace while walking. Don't stop in the middle. Traffic jams can cause additional stress. Just get to your class. If you need to stop, move to the side.
Tip number 2, note taking. Always write down key points in the lecture. Teachers often put tons of content on the board, so only write what matters. Note taking can play a very important role not only in school, but in life.
Try to keep your notes organized and just highlight key terms that you think you'll need to know for the test.
Tip number 3, classes. Picking your classes for next year can be stressful or fun, depending on how you see it. When picking your classes, make sure not to overload your schedule. Classes will get harder. So exercise both sides of your brain. Don't be afraid to try something new.
A lot of times we'll see students who will plan their schedules based on a particular major or career that they might want to go into.
Tip number 4, presentations. All right, don't stress out about this, because remember, you are the expert on the topic. You are informing the audience, so stand up straight, talk like you mean it, and present that topic.
The hardest part of giving presentations is standing up in front of your peers, but if you know your material and you deliver it with confidence, that's how you're going to have an A-plus presentation.
Tip number 5, planning for college. Don't wait until your last year to look at colleges. You may not know what you want to do yet, but research things you like to do. Go on college visits and see what they have to offer.
Well, there you go. 5 tips to survive in high school.
Remember, stay to the right while walking in the hallways. Write down key points when taking notes. Don't overload yourself with hard classes. Stay confident when presenting. And start planning for college now.
This has been Top Tips. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for the coverage, Ethan and Tristan.
Are any of you interested in going to a foreign country? There are many trips coming up, such as Nicaragua with Miss Denson, Japan with Mr. Fox, or Spain with Senorita Zebra. If you have any questions about the upcoming trips, you can talk to the teachers running the trip.
You may have noticed that a survey that was given earlier in the year regarded the early start in 2019-2020 school year. Thomas Payer dives into the details.
Hello, Saline. I'm Thomas Payer, and like many students, I like to enjoy every moment of my summer. Although, this year's underclassmen and the classes below them will find their summer ending earlier than expected. The Board of Education recently voted 5-2 to start school earlier in the 2019 to 2020 school year.
The state of Michigan, as you know, has a rule that school has to start after Labor Day unless you get a waiver. And then 2 years ago, they mandated that schools needed to go 180 days. And once that happened, because of the late start in September, it really pushed us into mid-June, in fact, sometimes even into the 3rd week of June. By starting a week earlier in 2019, we're able to get out a week earlier in June. We feel it's a better balanced schedule for our students and our staff.
School year will kick off on August 26th for a 3-day week and then go into a 4-day weekend before Labor Day.
Final exams for the first trimester will occur directly prior to Thanksgiving. Students will be able to break for Thanksgiving, and then they'll come back and it'll be the start of the new trimester. 4 days of additional instruction prior to AP exams at the end of the year will also be a benefit. And then also, again, at the high school level, it'll get us off of the schedule where typically we're taking high school exams for second trimester the same week as spring sport tryouts are beginning.
This schedule change will not affect the classes of 2019 and 2018 as they will have graduated before the schedule change can be implemented. Reporting for SHS Today, I'm Thomas Pear. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for the information, Thomas.
This past week, Mr. O'Brien's History B class has been creating a World War II exhibit to put on display inside the large Hornet hub. They are doing this because 2019 marks the 80th anniversary for the start of World War II. Taking on requests from visitors from an exhibit, Mr. O'Brien decided to take it upon himself to further people's education of World War II. Thank you for your contribution to display America's history.
In recent shows, we have given reviews on popular restaurants in Saline. This week's segment of Saline Eats, we go to AJ Jones in Manchester to see why everyone says Ollie's, Over the Edge, is the best pizza joint and sports bar in the area.
This week in Saline Eats, we travel outside of Saline to take you to the small village of Manchester. Saline Eats takes a road trip. With an American-style menu, Over the Edge has a wide variety of food to offer.
We have prime rib every Friday and Saturday, Tyler burgers on Mondays, Tuesdays is Taco Tuesday, Wednesday we have New York strip steak, Thursdays pasta night.
My favorite item on the menu would have to be the Chicago Club. It's really good. They have pizza, obviously they specialize in that, but they have a lot of other options too that are really good.
We do events for the school. We do birthday parties on Saturday nights, karaoke, and sometimes we have a band playing. It's got seating for 85 people. We have 15 big screen TVs, always have sports playing, and we're conveniently located at the corner of Main Street and 52.
With such a friendly staff, customers love to come back in and eat.
We have a waitress that always gives us the hookups. She's really sweet.
And we have a great staff. All of us get along very well. We work as a team and we enjoy working together.
Signing off, I'm AJ Jones. Back to you in the studio.
That pizza looks so good. If you find yourself out in the Manchester area, make sure to go visit Over the Edge.
Well, sadly, that's all the time we have this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. Signing off, I'm David Collard.
And I'm Zach Turner. Tune in next week to take a car ride with Zach Bliscoe, another story behind with Linus Babcock, and a hashtag Get Hired at the job fair. Have a great week, Hornets.